Hello all. Good morning. This is Dhanlakshmi, Life Skills Trainer at Tribal Welfare School, Visannapeta. What is communication? In simple terms, we can say communication is just transfer of information. It is the ability of sharing our thoughts, opinions, and needs or requirements with other people. It is the basic tool that is required to carry out our day-to-day activities. From buying groceries to giving a speech among thousands of audience, effective communication is the only factor that matters. Types of communication. There are different ways to express our thoughts: verbal, non-verbal, written, and visually. Verbal communication is the use of language through speaking or sign language. Our one-to-one conversation, phone calls, etc. comes under verbal communication. This is the most effective one of all types. Non-verbal communication. The use of body language, gestures and facial expressions to convey information comes under non-verbal communication. Gestures like smiling, waving your hands, etc. comes under this category. Written communication, the act of writing, typing, or printing to convey information. This type of communication is helpful because it is provides a record for reference in future. Sharing information through books, emails, blogs, letters, charts, etc. comes under this. Visual communication. When we use photographs, art, drawings, sketches, charts, and graphs to convey information. These are used as tools of presentation more than a form of communication. Coming back to the most important form of communication, of course, verbal communication. What are the steps we can take to master this? Voice. We should be confident when we speak so that our ideas are clear and easy for others to understand. Active listening. As there are two sides for a coin, to do effective communication, we should be able to listen and understand what others are trying to say. We should develop our listening skills to be good communicators. Read more. Reading more improves your vocabulary and helps you in expressing your thoughts more clearly. Any books, newspapers will help you use better words and sentences for communication. Be mindful. For clear, accurate, and considerate communication, we should make sure our words, tone, gesture, and facial expression go with the conversation. We should also be able to understand things in others' perspective and respond accordingly. To make our conversations lively and effective, there are some phrases and sentences we could use. Let us see some examples. In case we need to ask someone to repeat what they have already said, there are a set of sentences we could use. Pardon? I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said. Would you say that again, please? Could you repeat what you said, please? We can use what was that again for informal conversations. The same expression can be made more informal by simply using what. Suppose someone said something to us, and if we think we understood what they said, but still we want to get it confirmed whether what we have understood is correct or not, we can use the following sentences. So, does that mean? Do you mean? If I understand right, I am not sure I understand. Does that mean? We said something to others, but to make our point more clear, we can use the following expressions. In other words, that means, what I mean is, that's to say, or rather, what I am trying to say is, what I am driving at is. In a conversation or public speech, you want to take a moment to think and express yourself. There are some discourse markers you could use. Oh, let me see. Just a moment. You see, you know, how shall I put it? Suppose you said something to somebody, but you are skeptical that the other person might not have understood you.
You can use sentences to get it confirmed. Do you know what I mean? If you see what I mean, I hope that is clear. Do I make myself clear? While we converse with others, whether it is a serious debate or casual talk, we tend to change topics. These phrases come to our aid in case of such situations. By the way, before I forget, I nearly forgot. In group discussions or conversations, when someone says something and if we want to extend or add something more, these expressions are helpful. I would like to make another point. I would also like to say, during a conversation, we might undergo some troubles with pronunciation or vocabulary or abbreviation others use, and we want to be more clear. We can use I don't understand, I'm sorry. I'm not sure I understand what you mean. What is the meaning of? What does the word mean? What is the English word for? I didn't hear what you said. Can you repeat, please? Could you step aside, please? I can't see the board. There may be some instances where you might have to apologize to others and you want to the others to understand that you are sorry. We can use sorry, I am late. I apologize for being late. I am afraid I have forgotten my workbook. In a conversation, if you don't know what the others are talking about, or you don't have at least a vague idea of the point in discussion, and you want to express your helplessness, you can use some phrases to ask others to be more clear. I am afraid I don't know. I haven't a clue. I am afraid I haven't got the slightest idea. I am terribly sorry, but I haven't understand the question. Sorry, I don't know what you mean. I'm not sure I can answer. I must admit I don't know much about this problem. I'm sorry, but I don't know what to say. The way we respond decides the willingness and enthusiasm others display in conversations. If we just keep sounding it may look like we are bored and automatically the conversation breaks. To make the speakers comfortable and to sustain their interest to speak, we can use I see. Really? How interesting. I know what you mean.
Thank you for lending me your time. Your feedback will be appreciated.